course, Veterans Day weekend, and we thank those men and women across the globe giving service to our country, past and present. UNLV ROTC flag there. See an Auburn flag, UCF. We're all so thankful for what everybody, servicemen and women, do for us.
You know, when you talk to those guys that have been over there, they love college football, and it might be on at dark 30 in the morning, and they get up and watch those games. So yeah, I had a dad in the Navy, a mom in the Air Force, a brother in the Coast Guard. I got a brother-in-law in the Army. I got 3 nephews at the Army Academy. So very thankful for all those serving and for those that gave the ultimate sacrifice of their life. So hats off to everybody, veterans and active members alike.
Saw some of the ROTC here in town in Vegas tonight. Start this second quarter with a 3rd down and goal. Daryl Garrettson in this Utah State offense, which has been perfect on 3rd down on this drive, which reaches its 13th play.
Now here's a formation you have to be careful. Quarterback draw you. There's no linebacker inside the box. Be careful.
Garrettson with time. Good field in the pocket. Open man. Touchdown Utah State. Sean Johnson with his first score. Garrettson kept the play alive and converted the 4th 3rd down of the possession.
Good scramble drill. Gonna run a short route. Does a good job of eluding pressure, keeping his eyes downfield. Better job holding on the ball. And a nice job. Hassan just lost contact with the receiver at the last moment. They slipped to the back of the end zone.
Extra point coming from Nick Diaz. Out of the hold of the punter, Jaron Bentrud. We've got a tie game. Well, Utah State is 2nd in the country in points in the 2nd quarter. Utah State is top 10 in allowing them. Sean Johnson, the redshirt junior from California, with his first career touchdown to get Utah State into a tie with UNLV. Utah State has distributed the ball all over the place this season. It obviously started with Chucky Keaton, but Daryl Garrettson's done a nice job of it as well.
Good design offensively, and a really good job all those guys buying into the formula.
Marcus Sullivan, who can really fly. And Sullivan with room. Lets him go. Great angle from Bentrud, but he's able to knock him out inside the 20. 75-yard return for Sullivan.
You knew it was going to be issues. Normally the ball is kicked high and out of the end zone. It's short and it's low, and that's always a bad indicator for the kicking team.
That's against the nation's 3rd best kick coverage team in Utah State. Well, Marcus Sullivan, who's got the touchdown for UNLV already, now with a 75-yard kickoff return. And the drive begins at the 20 for UNLV. Right back on the field for Sullivan.
They're that good in coverage typically because Thompson kicks it in the end zone, and they've got a high touchback ratio.
Drive begins at play action. Herring steps up. He's in out of bounds. 2nd and 10. UNLV drove it down the field and scored on their opening possession, but a 3 and out the last drive. Herring has now misfired on his last 3.
Utah State has to be careful in what we call rush the dots, meaning stay in their lanes and don't get too wide, don't get pushed out, because Caleb Herring will run it up the field on you.
School's all-time leading rusher, Tim Cornett, up to the 15, and 3rd and 5 for UNLV.
Been pretty productive tonight with a run game, getting 5 there. Anytime you get 4+ is a good sign, and I think it shows a lot of the physicality that UNLV is trying to establish against a tough Utah State team.
Offensive coordinator Tim Rosenbaugh said Cornett just wasn't seeing it as well as usual last week, and in that zone scheme, you've just got to trust it and feel your way through it. 3rd down and 5. And again, 9 men standing for Utah State. They bring pressure. Mata Ele able to get his hands under it, but shy of the first down.
Got the quick throw going in the hot throw, but unfortunately you've got people coming off the edge over here, forcing an errant throw, not able to be accurate. Number 9 for Utah State, Kyler Fackrell. He's a big, tall, he's one of the young guys. He's a sophomore, but he's 6'5", leads the team in sacks and tackles for loss. He's a disruptor.
Nolan Cohorse is coming off a great week of practice. From 30. Able to sneak it through and put the Rebels back in front. 75-yard kick return from Marcus Sullivan sets it up. UNLV, Coach Houck retake the lead.
Utah State with the fumble and with the blown coverage gives UNLV a couple of opportunities and they capitalize. Normally Utah State's been a little bit more solid in the turnover category and particularly in their coverage units.
Coach Houck's team off to its best start in a decade in search of their first bowl berth since 2000. Tonight trying to become bowl eligible for the first time since 03 when they went 6-6 but didn't make a bowl. This is a guy that was 47-6 in his career at Montana, but 2 wins in each of his first 3 years here at UNLV. And he was saying yesterday, it's hard to create that winning mindset when you're not winning. Kind of a catch-22 that you've just got to be able to overcome.
I give the administration credit. Here's a guy that's been very successful, won a lot of games, comes into a difficult situation, and even though he has 3 tough years of only winning 2 games, they're smart enough to evaluate and see what he's doing and saying, let's keep this guy around, let's take it a swap, and we'll get there.
Nikolai Bournan sends it away. Here comes Reynolds. Across the 30. Couple of games remaining for UNLV as they try to get to their first bowl game since the Las Vegas Bowl in 2000 at Air Force, which is winless in Mountain West play. And then they finished with the San Diego State team that was a blocked field goal away from beating world beater Fresno State.
San Diego State's pretty salty. They can run the ball very well. And then, of course, Rocky Long is a very creative defensive guy as well. And they gave Fresno all they wanted.
Coach Houck, who hired 2 new coordinators in the offseason that included his brother Tim Houck as the D coordinator. His unit's been pretty good so far. Garrettson fielding the rush, throwing downfield, got a first down into UNLV territory. That's JoJo Natson with a pickup of 24.
Really great job adjusting to the pressure outside. Once again, you're seeing both of those quarterbacks create with their feet because there's going to be pressure coming on both sides, and they're handling it well.
Garrettson's already been sacked twice. Late pressure. Picked up. Pass interference, no doubt there. Fred Wilson, sophomore corner, had gotten a hold of Reynolds. And that'll move the chains. Daniel Romero, head referee of this Mountain West crew.
Garrettson took a shot from Tiny.
Pass interference. Defense, number 24. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
A little bit of contact there at the end of it. Taj Hassan turns around to play the ball. That's tough. That's tough. Excuse me, that's Fred Wilson over there.
3rd penalty of the day on UNLV for 40 yards. That's already 10 more than their season average. Natson comes into the backfield and takes the fit. Now DiMartino with a stiff arm. And no gain as that UNLV defense rallies. Mike Horsey finishes him off. 2nd and 10.
You can see right there, Bobby Houck has this unit playing hard. They're running to the football, getting a bunch of angry guys there. Even though one guy misses, there's plenty of red jerseys to swallow them up.
D coordinator Tim Houck told us it's not so much about scheme or philosophy as it is about attitude right now for a defense that hasn't been good for a really long time. Garrettson in the quick game. Incomplete for Van Leeuwen. Coverage from Wilson, 3rd and 10.
UNLV a little more conventional with the 4-down rush. They're getting a nice push. They don't have to bring pressure. That's been an augmentation. You'd like to get a few more yards. I think they got a chance for a field goal here because Thompson can kick it from here. Diaz might even be able to reach from here.
Yeah, he usually kicks to the late 40s, 45 up to 50. And then Thompson, the bigger leg, once they reach 50. The twist picked up, so Garrettson with time to find Van Leeuwen. 1st down, Utah State. Cut it in front of Matt Vigneault for 15 yards to convert 3rd down.
I really think that's Garrettson's comfort zone. Van Leeuwen running the dig, coming in from your right-hand part of the screen, doing a nice job throwing the ball on time to a spot, and letting Van Leeuwen run to it.
The Aggies have converted 5 consecutive 3rd down opportunities. Out of the Wildcat, Natson going short side. Cut block DiMartino. Reaching for the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Utah State. JoJo Natson spinning his way to give the Aggies their first lead of the game.
Timing was off on the play. The read wasn't necessarily great. And there, just some speed. I think it was a good call.
At the very least, it'd be tough to overturn. This would be a good look here. From there, do you have indisputable video evidence? Call on the field as a touchdown.
Looked like the knee did come down maybe when the ball was just a little short.
You're saying maybe, though. Are you certain enough where you can overturn it?
I don't know that you can, but I do think his knee did come down right there, and I think the ball was just short a hair. But we'll see. It's got to be 12 out of 12 jurors. You can't get 11. You got to sell them all.
You're saying the officials have all got to be on board.
Yep. All those in the jury, in the review booth.
Got to be a consensus.
Utah State showing some great creativity, though. Getting Natson the ball, coming out of the backfield, playing the Wildcat. Obviously, he's good in special teams, and they play him at wide receiver.
Daniel Romero talking upstairs. See, the fact that when the ball hits, it is just barely at the line, and the knee's down before the ball hits. So
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's about the 2-inch line.
Yeah.
But we don't have a striped shirt on. This is where it makes the on-field official's job very tough. We know.
Here's a call from Romero.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Stands versus confirmed, which just means, again, they didn't have that indisputable video evidence to overturn it. So JoJo Natson with his first rushing touchdown of the season, and Coach Houck's team with its first deficit of the night.
Shows you what'll happen when you don't have turnovers, which Utah State had a big one, and then obviously the kickoff return against it.
An extra point for Nick Diaz. He's only missed one in his 3-year career at Utah State. A 14-10 lead for the Aggies. JoJo Natson, 5'7", 150. Added 15 pounds in the offseason, but still the smallest player on this roster.
ESPNU College Football is brought to you by Lee, introducing the new Lee Modern Series for men, and Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here.
UNLV paying the Fremont Cannon Red after their first win of the series against Nevada in its last 9 tries. That's the heaviest trophy in college football at 545 pounds. Cost $10 grand to build. That's tonight's quest for the coach's trophy, presented by Dr. Pepper. Probably the biggest win of the Coach Houck era here at UNLV. They were able to win that game 27-22 up in Reno, no less. They had lost 8 straight in the series. Brought that trophy back, at 300 people gathered outside the student union to paint it red. But a seminal moment in the era so far for Coach Houck.
Yeah, it's tough, and Bobby talked about this when we met with the coaches, that you have that big rivalry game in the middle of the year. It's tough either way to get yourself going the next week. Normally that's an end-of-the-year rivalry game, but they got to strap it up the next week, win, lose, or draw.
So UNLV back on offense. Tim Cornette goes to a first down. Stop made by Brian Sweet.
So far, UNLV has proved to be every bit the match of Utah State up front. They're doing a very good job of being physical at the point of attack and letting Tim get some running room.
Jake Dowdy, one of the nation's top 10 tacklers, limps off of the field. Utah State is deep at linebacker, their best position. Part of this front seven, as good as any in college football. From the 35, right back to Cornette. Fighting through that hole. Dragging a defender across the 40 for a strong 6-yard run.
Doing a nice job avoiding the blitz. Utah State bringing zone blitz from the field. And they had a nice play called going back into the boundary.
95 a game, but last week just 24 against San Jose State. Six blockers on 5 in the box. Cornette putting his nose down. Boy, they say his best qualities is top-end speed, but he's running hard tonight.
I think every offensive lineman and running back watched that Stanford-Oregon game the other night.
Inspired, huh?
We need to get a little attitude going in this thing, and the Rebs are certainly showing. Tim's not the tallest guy, but he's packed in there, a muscular guy, and as you mentioned, got great top-end speed if he pops open.
Adonis Smith into the game for the first time, and they feed the Northwestern transfer right away. Only his 21st carry this year, stopped by Zach Vigil after 3, 2nd and 7.
Every O-line coach and strength coach in America loves it when you can just line up and keep running it, and the other team can't stop you. There's a real imposing of will that goes on in that.
First throw of the drive. Herring showing off the arm. Wants Davis. Dropped it in. First down. What a throw from Herring as Davis beats Lawson for 35 yards.
Devontae Davis is a viable deep threat. He's got good speed, but he can really go up and get the football. This is the matchup Utah State wanted. Really good job. But Davis is a little bigger than Nevin Lawson, and the physical showed.
Knew they'd have to hit some shots tonight. First one they've connected on. Pressure's picked up into the corner. Sullivan couldn't get it with a sprawling attempt from Brian Sweet to maybe get a hand on it. And Sweet comes up, looks like with that shoulder tucked in pain.
Sweet plays so much into the box and such a run defender. I'm sure his body does take a physical toll. Good job there getting over and make that play. Caleb had Devontae Davis on the left-hand side matched up against Bird. I thought he would go that direction, but he chose not to.
Cornette, he's caught in the hole for a few.
There's the vision issue that Coach Houck was talking about. I think that play was designed to go a little farther outside. Tim had his mind up. He was going to cram it in the middle, but I think he had a little edge on the left-hand side with a little bit of space.
Coach, Brian Sweet came in with a shoulder injury, and that's what he was holding when he left the game there. Incredibly smart player in the back end of this defense. He's a junior. The senior next to him, Maurice Alexander, says he looks up this week. They're down at 7 and a whistle. UNLV takes its first time out.
UNLV.
So the Rebels knocking on the door, trailing for the first time, trying to retake the lead.
Visit WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
Downtown Las Vegas. We're on the outskirts of town. Utah State with its first lead of the game, but UNLV out of this break with a 3rd and 7. Utah State showing pressure off both edges, nobody in the middle. UNLV sees that, but it was just a disguise from Utah State. Kyler Fackrell makes the tackle to make it 4th down.
Kyler did a nice job sliding back inside. Great job hold and serve here by the Utah State defense. The big play to Devontae Davis. But a nice answer drive after Utah State goes up. UNLV takes the ball after the touchback and drives it to the length here. Possibility of points they need to finish.
It's a fake. And Cohos gets thrown down by Nevin Lawson. One of the top DBs in the Mountain West, making his 37th start tonight. Read it perfectly.
Dave Unger, special teams coach for Utah State. This is a good heads-up play. Lawson doing a nice job. That's very difficult when you're coming off the edge. You're obviously going to block from the field most of the time. Lawson able to see it and make an adjustment. That's good coaching and a great reaction.
So Coach Houck tries to pull the fake and put his team in front, but comes up on the wrong end of it, and Utah State takes over. You said a good answer drive, but doesn't mean much now.
Yeah, that's always tough. You know, should you fake it? Obviously, if you don't get it, it's a wrong call. If you get it, it looks great. He's trying to get his team on the attack. You have to admire that.
Play action. That one's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. That's Aston Koki into the game for the first time. 2nd and 10.
Got to be able to get those defensive linemen down, or at least their hands down on those short throws. But they're so coached up these days to recognize the drop and get their hands up. It becomes difficult.
A shift up front from UNLV. More play action for Garrettson, who feels the pressure and gets drilled. Tyler Gaston picks up his 4th sack of the season and makes it 3rd and long.
Doing a better job there, bringing pressure from the outside. Garrettson forced to be pulled up, but then had answers coming from inside out. That's been the difference, because there's been outside pressure before. He was able to duck and still get outside.
3rd sack of the game for UNLV against a Utah State team that averages only a sack and a half allowed per game. Now Utah State tries to convert 3rd down for the 6th time in a row. UNLV shows pressure and drops a screen to Reynolds, who hurdles his way across the 20. But they needed 17, so the pickup of 9 will result in a punt.
Good smart call there. You're already ahead 14-10. Your defense got a good stop. Tough to convert 3rd and extra long. Be smart, get it to your playmaker. If he cracks it, great. If not, you're punting the ball, and that's okay.
Ben Trude is sent it away to Keith Whiteley. Good high spiraling kick, 44 yards, and Whiteley gets pulled down. Cameron Sanders is part of one of the nation's best coverage teams. Had an issue on a kick return earlier, but not this time. Utah State special teams solid, and UNLV with the ball when you come back.
I'm Matt Schick. Coming up at halftime, the #1 team in all the land, Alabama, getting everything it can handle on the home field from LSU. We'll update you what's going on in Tuscaloosa. We'll shake out the Heisman race as well. Johnny Manziel putting up big numbers, and update you on the big race to the Big 12 title as well. See you at half. Joe.
All right, Matt, back in Vegas. Utah State trailed early, but now has its first lead over Bobby Hauck's team, which tries to become bowl eligible for the first time in a decade. They forced the punt, so the Rebels with a first down at the 34.
UNLV doing a nice job mixing it up.
Here's Sullivan, the speedster, and a 75-yard kick return earlier, and has 13 on first down. Tig Lover Wright pulls him down. This kid can really fly.
Yeah, nice utilization. Much like Natson for the Aggies. Don't worry about how you do it. Just get your guys the ball. And so they motion him into the backfield and hand him the ball like a running back.
Check to the sideline for the play call.
Really good chess match going on here, too, because Utah State will check it as well.
Cornett has really been running hard tonight. Zach Vigil, former walk-on in his second season as a starter, pulled Cornett down. School's all-time leading rusher has had to adjust this year to be an offset more. They've been an under-center team in the past. Coach Hauck and Tim Rosenbaugh, first-year offensive coordinator, working more out of the gun, more of the new age zone read type running game.
And he, like a lot of programs, he plays the majority of the snaps. They don't have usually a 3-horse posse. He's the main tailback.
Swings out here, takes the throw from Herring. It makes a couple of moves before Connor Williams and Kyler Fackrell get to him. It'll be third down and about 4 coming up for the Rebels.
Tim Rosenbaugh doing a really good job mixing up formations, motions, pacings. They went deep to Devontae Davis last time. You got to think somewhere on this drive they want to try to get him the ball. Devin Lawson is cheated into the boundary to match up on him now.
Free play. Herring knows it. And a double coverage for Sullivan. He's got it. What an adjustment. First down and goal, UNLV. 39 yards. And Sullivan having a heck of a night.
Kind of an awkward looking play.
Offside. Defense, number 48. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Most teams work on this. When the defense jumps off sides, the O-line just sits there. You take a shot deep if you can get it. If you don't, it's a free play. Great job by Caleb Herring throwing that ball over the outside shoulder, only where his guy can get it.
On first down and goal, here's Cornett inside the 5.
Cornett running hard. You see there again, he had a little bit more of a crease outside to his left, but he's such a hard charger. He's plowing it in there.
Now to Galena Park, Texas, was high school teammates with Devontae Davis, their talented wide receiver.
That was a pretty good pickup.
Not bad,
that was good recruiting trip.
One of the assistants, wide receivers coach Cedric Cormier, a grad of North Shore High School. There's a nice pipeline there. On second down and goal. Right back to Cornett. Right back in front for the Rebels. Touchdown UNLV.
Bobby Hauck talked about winning the physical battle at the line of scrimmage, and UNLV is doing that right now against probably statistically the best defense in the Mountain West Conference.
And the strength is the front 7, which is offensive line for UNLV. An experienced group is having its way with. Extra point coming from Nolan Cohorst. UNLV's back in front. The big play on the drive was a free play. Caleb Herring knew it. Got him to come off sides with a hard count. Heaved it up for Sullivan, who set it up for Tim Cornett to plunge in. 11th score of the season. ESPNU has a triple header of women's college soccer. The championship starting at noon with the American Championship, followed at 2 with the SEC Championship, and then at 4, match to decide the ACC, Virginia Tech and Florida State. Florida State knocked off defending champ North Carolina. First team ever to beat North Carolina in 4 straight matches. Joe Davis, Dan Hawkins back in Las Vegas. Bobby Houck won 2 games each of his first 3 seasons. His team at 5-4 right now, within a win of becoming bowl eligible. For the first time since '03, they've been bowl eligible. If they get to a bowl game, it'll be the first time since 2000.
Thought he had a great answer to the question. He already considers this season a success and kind of taking it one game at a time, not really emphasizing getting bowl eligible.
Next we saw with the start you've had, if you don't get to a bowl game, is it not a successful season anymore? And based on what they've been through over the first 3 years, what they've done already, like you said, that makes it in his eyes and probably a lot of people around the program successful.
Well, and most of the coaches focus on the process, and we talked about that. And he just talked about how the guys really working in practice, what great chemistry they have. There's a lot of those things that go on that are important, that are hard to measure.
Natson comes into the backfield. They often use him when they bring him in there. And do on first down for 6.
Utah State, unlike a lot of spread teams, utilize a lot of pullers. They're not so much just a straight zone read team. A lot of pullers and double pullers in their scheme.
Late sub here, Tani Maka just getting to his middle linebacker spot. Kennedy Williams, Vegas native, motions out. They look the other way. And drilled a slant for Butler with the coverage from Kenneth Penny, making it 3rd down and 4.
Adam, he's got to bend the receiver over there a little bit. You can't throw it out there. You want to throw it on the near hip on that slant route. Get that receiver to bend over and have a chance to flatten it out and make a play.
Utah State's been good on 3rd down so far tonight. 3rd and 4. They protect Garrettson, but the coverage is good. He takes off and gets a 1st down. Boy, he's done that time and time again tonight, feeling the rush and taking off for a pickup of 8.
Daryl Garrettson, very heady football player. Nice job trusting his feet telling no throw, get out and go.
Lofty one, watch Van Leeuwen. Fights through traffic and makes the catch. Travis Van Leeuwen against Taj Hassan for a 40-yard pickup. And Van Leeuwen slow to get up.
To get right on his back. Go route here. Travis Van Leeuwen doing a nice job keeping Hassan off of him. You'd normally like that ball a little more over the outside shoulder. Great concentration. Fitting it in with a safety coming in over the top. That's a great throw and really great concentration.
4-year contributor for this offense, but putting together by far his best season. Senior out of Provo, Utah. Good to see him to his feet.
I really think Travis Van Leeuwen is Daryl Garrettson's favorite target. He is his go-to guy, not the leading receiver, but I think he just trusts him and likes to go to him. Really good throw and concentration, and against pretty good coverage. Really, that's just a great play by the offense. Now the nice thing is they play enough receivers. One guy goes down, they've got plenty of personnel groupings to use.
You know, there was an issue coming into the season. They graduated their top 4. Well, that group's turned into a strength. 1st down and 10 as Utah State tries to retake the lead from the 22. A flag is down. Garrettson sets up. Lofting one. DiMartino's wide open for the touchdown. We'll see what the flag is.
To Joey DiMartino, we have a penalty flag on the
Illegal formation, offense. More than 4 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And that's a killer for one of the top 25 most penalized teams in America.
Well, one of the problems with multiple formations and multiple guys playing those is sometimes the guy that's on the line of scrimmage doesn't get communicated. Really, it's the motion man's responsibility to get everybody on the line of scrimmage. So there are only 4 guys, but good job on what we call the detour route. They've been running a lot of nakeds, faking the ball, coming back to the tailback. Tough break. They didn't get the touchdown there.
Picked a bad time for their first penalty tonight. 1st and 15. Here comes Reynolds. Swinging out. Garrettson pressured. DiMartino can't get a block. And then pushing him out of bounds was Taj Hassan.
Daryl Garrettson doing a better job, but he takes off scrambling with both hands on the football after he fumbled one out earlier.
True freshman out of Chandler, Arizona. Began the season 3rd on the depth chart. Chucky Keaton went down game 6. Craig Harrison struggled the following week. Garrettson took his spot, now making his 3rd start. And working play action, looking for Reynolds on the double move into the end zone. He goes up and pulls it down through double coverage. Touchdown, Utah State. But a flag is down back at the line of scrimmage.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
2nd touchdown throw on this drive, nullified by a penalty. And there's an injured player in the end zone for UNLV.
UNLV, you'll see right here, we got a little, our hairs crossed a little bit. Unbalanced formation. There's the communication.
It's Bill Bavard that they were talking to.
Bill comes in and plays tight end. He's their big edge protector, so they were unbalanced trying to protect the edge. Good play action. Boy, those are 2 really good throws by Daryl Garrettson and 2 outstanding catches.
Frank Crawford, Ole Miss transfer, the injured player. He's 5 in red coming over the top.
Great job going up. They're playing cover 2 there. Good job fitting the ball in there. Great job going up after it. Looks like he got his leg landed on.
Immediately grabbed for that right knee. Got his degree at Mississippi and was eligible to transfer in and play right away for UNLV. His brother Dre Crawford was on the team through last season and came into the coach's office. Asked the staff if they'd be interested in taking a look at his brother, and they asked him what position. He said safety, and they said heck yes. They were in need of a guy there, and boy, he's been good for him.
He really has. I told him that was a great free agent pickup before camp, and a couple interceptions, and he's really sparked his defense.
Four interceptions for the senior, originally from Miami. Immediately grabbed that right knee. While we're waiting, let's check in with Matt in the studio.
Thank you, Joe. Time for your AT&T All-America Player of the Week. And in the SEC, how about Dorial Green Beckham? 7 grabs, 4 of them for touchdowns. Career high, school record, 100 yards receiving as well. 48-17 as Missouri gets the win over Kentucky. Caught 4 of Matty Mock's 5 touchdown passes. Again, go to ESPNAllamerica.com to vote. That's your All-America update.
Okay, Matt. Frank Crawford tried to take a couple of steps himself, but couldn't, and they'll carry him off of the field directly towards the locker room now.
Getting to that part of year where injuries are concerned everywhere, and a little bit thin, but this is a playmaker.
Right leg for number 5. You hate to see that for a kid in his final season. And meanwhile, Utah State has thrown 2 touchdown passes on this drive, nullified by penalties. Now 2nd and 19. Garrettson throws high, but it's pulled down. Travis Reynolds with enough for a first down. Matt Vignal popped him, but Reynolds hung on for 20.
These guys, you go down to the Bellagio and put on a show, because that's 2 great back-to-back throws and catches.
Outside of the 10, so they can get a first down, but first they'll get a flag. Kevin Wimpy, left tackle. Well, they hadn't committed a penalty all day coming into this drive. That's a 3rd one since they've entered inside the 30.
Got to think right here, Mark Weber, the offensive line coach for Utah State, trying to dial up that run game. I think UNLV's done a really nice job thus far in this game, limiting the opportunities in the run game.
Now, UNLV, because this is inside of a minute left in the half, can choose to have a 10-second runoff instead of the penalty assess. Explaining that right now to Matt Wells, who's in his first season as the head coach. Enjoyed talking with him last night. He's an assistant under Gary Anderson for the last 2 seasons and spoke really highly of what Coach Anderson had in place.
Really good chemistry there, kind of a blue-collar work ethic. Tough guys, team guys, guys that love football and love each other.
Now he can call a timeout here to avoid the 10-second runoff as well.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty, first down.
But
The
instead,
defense is also elected to take the 10-second subtraction. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 45 seconds, and the game clock will start on my ready for play.
so first down and 15. And with pressure coming, Garrettson stands in underneath Natson, but no gain. Kenneth Penny right on top of him. Utah State to use its final timeout of the half. We talked at the top of the show, Coach Hawkins, about what UNLV would need to do to pull an upset when not many people were giving them a chance. And so far, so good.
Sticking to that formula, winning the physical battle, over 4 yards a carry, doing a nice job. Big plays, kickoff return, Devontae Davis. They're getting over 4 yards a carry, as we said before, and then Herring, no sacks. And really been pressured a couple times, but ran around okay.
Got those big plays. They used Devontae Davis down the sideline, beating Lawson. That was our matchup to watch. Cornette has run hard all evening, has a touchdown run, and the protection's been really good.
Yeah, he's helped it. Caleb Herring has helped that out. They've been doing a nice job throwing the ball on time and really avoiding the 3 rushers that normally come out of that funky 30 package on 3rd and long.
Utah State now out of timeouts. 2nd and 10 with an empty set. Twist is picked up. Garrettson, Reynolds stopped right at the 1, which is the marker for the first down. Tani Maka slammed the door shut. It'll depend on the spot.
Losing
The clock keeps on running, yeah. The officials do a great job to get it set a yard short. 3rd down and 1. If he spikes it, it'll be 4th down. They're going to run out of time if they don't hurry. This half is going to wind to a close if he can't snap the ball. Utah State comes away empty-handed to finish the half. They have 2 touchdowns nullified by penalties on the drive. And then a terrible job of clock management in the final 20 seconds.
I think the young quarterback, he tried to do his own audible and tried to get, instead of spiking it, he tried to get it in the end zone on a surprise. By the way the O-line was playing, I don't think that was a design run. They were expecting him to spike the football. He thought he'd catch a defense off guard. but he didn't.
Tried to look like Matt Stafford from last Sunday. 17-14 UNLV at halftime as we go to the studio for the halftime report.
Thank you, Joe. UNLV, losers of 2 of their last 3, trying to stem that against Utah State. Utah State, boy, on the doorstep there.